Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning to my channel. I am Valerie and I am a life coach and motivational speaker. Today I make this video to talk about change with you guys. Change can be very scary, and I know that because I was afraid of change, and I had a lot of change in my life from a young age up to now. Even now, when I decide to change something in my life, it's always scary, and I always think about it. What if? That little voice in your head, what if it doesn't work out? What if I don't get it? What if I fail, most importantly? And that's normal. That's normal to think that way because I went through a lot of stuff in my life, and I learned why it is that we are afraid of change. And I learned psychologically, our thoughts get created by our society around us. And when we're thinking about change, we create emotional in our body. And our emotion goes always to our comfort zone. The zone that we have, the lifestyle that we have, that the things that we have around us are familiar. And we don't want to leave that. And we want to stay there, and we don't want to leave that, even though we know that could be for better. Unfortunately, some people in their life, they're not in a good position. Some of them, they are in a job that they hate. They're in a relationship that the relationship is not working. They're in a relationship because of the kids or because of the financial situation. Not so much because of love or because of partnership or because of being with somebody that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with and not think twice about it. They're in that relationship because of a million other reasons to stay versus make one reason to leave. Same thing with your health. There's so many people, they know that they need to get up and they need to exercise and they need to go on a diet, but they don't. And it's normal for, as a human, for us to think about the stuff like that because we always want to change and make our life better. And change is good, and I want it to change. But we never actually take action and do it. And the reason for that is because the scare, the uncertainty. So today I'm going to talk about 3 things that you have to keep in mind if you wanted to change your life. And if you can take these 3 tips and learn it and get it down, any change that you want to make in your life will become easier. I tried this in my life, it worked for me, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work for you guys. This is not something that I'm making up on my own. This has been practiced by everybody, especially by successful people. If you could ask any successful people that why they became successful, they would tell you they took a chance. They came up with the idea, they implemented the idea, they did it, they made it their lifestyle, they did something toward that idea every single day. It became their ritual, and then that's how it became successful. So we all know that. You know that, and I know that. But the question is why we don't do it. The reason we don't do it, number 1, is uncertainty. It's like, why is everybody afraid of dying? The reason we are afraid of dying because we don't know what's on the other side. We have all these ideas, we have these theories, religion explained to us what it is, there's heaven and there's a hell and all that, but nobody exactly knows what's on the other side. Nobody died and came back and said, listen, when you die, this is what's going to happen to you step by step by step. Otherwise, we all would be prepared for that. But majority of the people are afraid of death because of uncertainty, because we don't know what's on the other side. So life is just like that. When you want to make a change, the uncertainty goes through your head, goes through your mind, and you say to yourself, what if? What if? And as a human, 80% of the time, we think negative versus positive. We look at the glass half empty, especially when it comes to change. We are so afraid of what if it does not work? What if I leave that person and I can't find somebody else? What if I change a school and go to another school and change a career that doesn't work out for me and I waste money and time? What if I quit this job, I can't find another job? All of these stuff always goes through our head. The uncertainty always gonna be there. And that's the first thing that's gonna go through your mind. But that's okay. That's normal. As a human, it's okay to think that way. But think about when you make a change in your life and you're in a situation that you're uncomfortable. Are you going to live like that for the rest of your life? And you're never going to know how it is to have a life, to have a better job, to have a job that you love, to have a job that you can make money, to have a job that you can get along with your coworkers, to have a job that your boss appreciate what you're doing. If you wanted to change your relationship, you want to change relationship for better. finding a person that can love you, that is there for you to support you, that is there that no question asked, that you don't have to think twice if that person is cheating on me, if this person is going to be there if I get sick, if that person is going to be there when they support me financially, if that person is there to love me whether I look good or not. Think about being with somebody like that. Think about your health, that you wanted to change and look better and feel better, more importantly. How great would be to start an exercise, to start a diet and think about it. Okay, it's gonna take me a little while, but I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna be more energetic. I'm gonna be more productive. I'm gonna be more creative. And you have to think that way before you start changing something in your life. And then that will take me to my next step, that a lot of us don't want to change in our life because of the judgment of other people. And most importantly, the people that you know. See, in life, you're in a part of your life that your life is not going well for you. No matter what the situation is, that you have this life of yours that you're living every day. It's just okay life. It's not a great life, but it's okay life. And you want it to change. And you have this idea in your head and you want it to change and say that I want to go out there and I want to make something out of myself. Or better yet, I want to take my life to the next level, to the highest level of success. But this little voice in your head keeps telling you that these people are going to judge me. These people are going to judge me. What are you, like, stupid? You're not capable of. You can't do that. You can't leave your job and find another job. You can't leave this relationship because you're not going to find somebody else. You can't go exercise. It's going to be too hard. It's going to be too time consuming. There are other stuff that you have to do versus you have to start this journey of wanting to be successful in your life. And as success, I don't mean just by money. I mean by every aspect of your life. So the judgment is always going to be there. And sadly, most of the judgment is going to come from people that you know. It's because the environment that you're in. You see, when you're in your comfortable environment, those people are in your level. And if you try to get out of that, those people are still going to be in that level. So they don't want you to succeed. They don't want to see you growing because they feel left behind. They think that, well, how can I not do this? And they pull you down and they pull you back down and say that you cannot do it. Or maybe they're not even going to take you seriously. Or maybe they're going to say at first, when we started a journey, because I know when I wanted to start this journey of becoming a life coach, people don't tell you that you're not good enough to do it, or I don't know why you do it, you shouldn't do it. They kind of go with it, okay, well, that's nice, but I knew that they weren't really supportive. They weren't like, and doesn't understand the concept of what I'm doing, but they're there to be nice. But you can tell in their heart, you can tell in their voices that they're just there to tell you that. But when you start the journey, they'll just judge you, they criticize you. Because I went through a lot of jobs, and majority of the people that I know is from job to job to job to job. And I know that when they see me now, they tell themselves, or they tell me, like, really, is that what you're gonna do? Is this what you're starting? What is that like? Are you really gonna do that? How long are you gonna give yourself before you stop doing this? And those little voices that can come in and pull you down. And you have to remember that you have to tone all of those people out and focus on whatever you wanted to do in order to better your life, in order to take that first step to change your life for better. People always gonna judge you, no matter what. Even if we become rich and famous, people always gonna judge you. If you stay poor and sick and without job and without relationship, they still will judge you. So don't listen to people, because people have nothing better to do to talk, because talk is cheap. Anybody can talk. We all talk all the time. If we have to pay at 10 cents for every word that we say to each other, everybody would be quiet. But no, since talk is cheap, talk is something that we express our feeling and just saying it without the consequences of understanding that what are we saying? Are we being nice? Are we being supportive? Are we being there for that person? We just talk. So you need to tone that voice out. And you need to say to yourself, I decide to do this. I'm going to do this. And you go ahead and take that first step toward change in your life. Which brings me to the third point. Once you decide to do something in your life, you have to keep in mind, nothing will come easy. Nothing in your life will come easy. No matter what it is, as simple as I'm going to go on a diet, to the extreme is that I want to get out of this relationship, that I have to get divorced, that I have to sell everything, that I have to split the custody of the kids. No matter what change you wanted to do in your life, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna take time, and you have to remember that. But it's not forever. It's not forever. It will take a little time, and if you can focus on it, and you can sit down and make a plan and say to yourself, this is what I'm gonna do. Today I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna give myself a deadline, and by this time I'm gonna finish it. I'm not gonna worry about uncertainty. I'm not gonna think it's gonna go wrong. I am not gonna think about people gonna judge me or tell me that I cannot do it or I can't do it. I'm doing it for myself, and I know it's gonna take time. And I know it's gonna take time for me to get where I start to where I'm going. And it's very important to give yourself a time and write it down. Write it down. You don't have to do it all one shot because it's scary. I love when people say, where you see yourself 5 years from now. That's not the right question to ask. We can imagine 5 years from now. We can say, I want to be in the moon 5 years from now. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. You have to say, what are my plan in my life to be better from now to 5 years? What do I have to do in order to accomplish what I see myself 5 years from now? Not so much, where do you see yourself? If you see yourself in that, you know that by the time to start to get there, it will take time. So it's very important to remember that. It's very important to say that you might gonna fail. You might gonna fail and you might gonna fall back sometime. But that's okay, because take it day by day. Start writing it down. If you want to lose weight, for example, write down that I'm going to lose 10 pounds or 5 pounds in 6 months. So if you do something toward that goal every single day, and if you do it for a week, and you write it down in the calendar, I did it for a week. And if 1 day or 2 days you fall behind, and if you get busy in your life and you can't do it, that's okay. You got to continue, keep doing it. And you got to write it down and look at it that in 6 months I have this much done, and this is why I see the result. And then once you get that result, apply that to 10 pounds. To 20 pounds, to 30 pounds, to 40 pounds. And the same thing with the career. If you start wanting to change your job and want to get a better job, so start saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to stay in this job that I do not like for 6 months. Meanwhile, while I'm staying over here to make some money to pay my bills, I'm going to make a plan 6 months from now, I am going to get a better job. So during the time that you're deciding till the time that 6 months comes in, try to make a resume, try to send it to people, try to go on interviews, and then every week do something toward that goal, and you'll be amazed what are you going to accomplish 6 months from now. So the hustle is always going to be there. When I started my life, I went through a lot of rough time in my life. More bad than good. Most of the time was good. A lot of time it was bad. But I knew, I trained myself. I said to myself, it's okay. I'm going to have my good days and I'm going to have my bad days. And I schedule myself. I give myself a deadline. I said to myself, this is where I'm going to start. This is where I'm going to finish. And I give myself a little extra time. That if I don't get it by 6 months, it's okay. I'll get it by 7 months. But 7 months is my deadline. That's it. I can't pass that. And that psychologically will set you up for a life that you want to achieve. And once you get there, once you see yourself being happy, healthy, safe, is the most priceless thing that you can imagine in your life. And money cannot buy that. Your life deserves to be happy, healthy, safe. And that's what we live for. As a human, that's what we want to accomplish in our life. If you're happy, you can always be more happier. If you make money, you can always make more money. If you're educated, you can always get more education. If you're healthy, you can even get better and healthier and live longer. So why not? Why not change? Don't be afraid of change. Change is good. Change keeps people exciting. Change is spontaneous. Changes give our life a purpose. Without the change, we'd be doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and life become boring. And it's not like some of you might say, well, I really don't need to change a lot in my life. Yes, you do. Because no matter how successful you are, you can always do more and better. And that's what makes life exciting. So never be afraid of change. Change is always good. Eliminate those 3 things that is going through when you start changing your life. Remember, those are the things that are going to get thrown at you. Those are going to be the obstacle. And if you can get through those 3 things, you'll come out on the other side so much better, happier. So this is what I want to tell you. I tried it in my life work, and I hope it worked for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel or on my website, valerymolone.com, and get my weekly news and my blog. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.